Hey everybody, MDW back again with another action figure review. You know how I love a bit of Neca, so I've got the Aliens Queen Deluxe figure that I'm going to open up a review for you all the way from the good old USA. So Aliens had its 35th anniversary I believe this year. To celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Alien franchise, we've created the most massive and most ambitious Alien figure ever. The terrifying Xenomorph Queen stands over 15 inches tall and is over 30 inches long. So as soon as I saw that blurb, I knew that this box was coming to this room. But like I said, I'll open the box up and look at it. You know, great window box, which I'll take some stills of in a minute. It's not a massive figure, so I was like, oh, what's going on with this end? I'm pretty sure that once I open it up and untangle her, she's going to be the beast. So without further ado, let's have a look at the Queen. So as I said in my opening intro there, the box is really nice. It's got a picture of the Alien Queen inside the packaging, and on the outside it's got like a design from the alien nest and all the eggs that she spews out of her egg sacs all laying on the floor around her. On the side of the box there you've got a picture of the Alien Queen attacking a colonial marine. Really nice kind of shadowing and light going on around the action figure. Then obviously the blurb that I read out down the bottom corner, and obviously a side profile picture of the Queen. Guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. As always, I appreciate your company. So, I've done a little snippy snip and opened the box a little. So let's crack her open. Look at that. You guys can see it in there. She's huge, and just as I suspected, she was hunched over in the box. But look at this, do you know what I mean? Look, it's bigger than my head. Look, it's taken up literally half one of my shelves already. Oh god, it's so good. Right, so let's have a look. I'm going to cut all the little bits, because obviously it's Neca figures. She's got that million little kind of holding in place bits of wire around her. So let's cut them open and have a look at her close up. Ta-da! Okay guys, so she's all out of her packaging now. It took me a while to unhook little bits of wire around her, but as you can see, she's all stretched out now, so I've got a tail all the way out, and she's got a full pose position going on. Ta-da! Here we are everybody, so, oh, look at that, out of her box, all the little wires taken away from her, and here she stands in her full glory. And let me tell you, she is superb, absolutely huge. So just to give you a little comparison there, so there's Vasquez figure from the same line, Neca Toys, and there she is there compared to the Alien Queen. Smart Gun will probably do quite a lot still, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, the size comparison quickly there. So say the Alien Queen is massive. So yeah, now I'm looking at it, you know, 30 inches from like tip of the tail to the front is probably around about right there, and then 15 inches tall as well. So she's taller than I thought. You can pose her to hunch her right over, but you can have her standing right back on her legs to really give her that extra height. Yeah, so there we go. I'm going to do a quick rundown now of the articulation on it. So she is very articulated, which was quite a surprise to me. I didn't think she would be. So yeah, let's start. And I'll say, because she's so huge, I've actually opened up the stand and put it on there. I'll go through the other accessories she gets in a second. She is top heavy obviously, because her crest is massive and her legs are very spindly, so you need the stand really to pose her in any way, otherwise she'll just fall over the whole time. So we've got tail. I believe the tail, I'm just going to do this, so yeah, the tail swivels all the way around, and the tail's got a wire in it, so you can literally bend the tail pretty much into any position you want. So you can bend it several times there, from the tip all the way to the base there of that little piece that turns, big wire, and you can literally move it however you want. Really like that, nice. The legs are on a ball joint, so the two back legs she's got on a ball joint, so they literally swivel all the way around pretty much. They've done it up here. I'm pretty sure it would go all the way around if I did, but yeah, so they go in and out a little bit there, and they do swivel. Then she has another ball joint at her kneecap, so you can roll her legs right round to change her stance position. And then she has got another joint on the back of her leg, which is like a hinge joint there. So it just goes up and down. Oh yeah, and that swivels all the way around as well. Oh, be careful, don't want to lose her. Yeah, so that swivels as well. So loads of movement in her legs. Then her foot has got, see if we've got a swivel all the way around on her foot. I don't know if you guys can see it, I'm trying to counterbalance her. Yeah, so her foot swivels all the way around, and her leg does as well, as it goes with it. And then that's got a hinge joint on the foot as well. And then just on above the toes, there is just another joint which literally makes the toes go up and down. It's very hard to show you guys because she's literally all over the place because she's so articulated on the legs. And she's trying to fall over as well. So that is all the leg articulation, loads. So you can pose her very well. She's got a couple of little bits of kind of muscle, sinew coming out the back of her ankles. You guys can see just down here, which helps her to balance. So she sits on them. So that's quite good. And so there's no issues with my one. It's not really sliding anywhere. You know, the stand keeps it up nicely, and I say her feet are both on the ground and they pose really well. So let's move on. So up the body, there is no torso turn, I don't believe. It's a little bit of a torso turn. You guys can see she's turned from side to side. Her arms are on a ball joint, so the arm sockets rotate all the way round, as far as they will go anyway. And then there's kind of a hinge at the top of them as well. So she's got a ball joint with a hinge joint built into it. So that's really cool. Look at that pose you can get, really reaching up there. And let's say go all the way right down as well to her legs. So that is really cool. Then she's got another 360 degree on her elbow. Her hand has got a 360 degree. Her fingers don't move, so they're stuck in that position. She's got both spread hands open. Same with the other hand. So they've got a little hinge at the top of each hand, so you can move her hands up and down. And then say the swivel at the elbow, and then the swivel and the hinge joint at the shoulder blade. Then we've got two crazy little, you guys can see the crazy little hands she's got growing out of her stomach there, her chest, sorry. So they swivel, they have got a hinge joint and they don't rotate as much. So hinge joint and then a hinge joint on the little mini hands, and then they rotate as well and go all the way around 360 degrees in the socket there which attaches to her chest. So that's really cool, they move very freely. She has got then, where I get to her head then, so the crest. The crest moves, she goes left and right. Again, you know, not super amount, but you can turn her head quite nicely. And then obviously it goes up there. I really like it when she has her head up. So it looks like she's kind of like hissing or kind of getting really aggressive. And then you can pop the head down as well if she wants to look her down. But say all kind of moves in, you know, you can get a variety of movements out of her head, so it's not completely static. And then the jaw there opens up like that. The teeth are kind of a clear plastic, and then a joint opens really nicely there, so there's a little kind of like clip or something in there that allows the jaw to open. It stays open, kind of goes back a little bit mine, but you can move her head within the crest, so you guys can see that. So it's got a crest piece here, and then the head that obviously moves from side to side. There's movement in that as well, so you can actually turn that as well, so you can turn her actual mouth, her jowl there a different way from her crest. So I hope, guys, that all makes most sense to you. Let's say it's a lot of articulation there for such a big figure to show off, but you know, absolutely superb. Lots of movement, a lot more than I thought there was going to be, especially around the head area and the mouth, and just the multiple joints and the legs and the hands. You know, absolutely incredible. So really pleased with that. So having seen the articulation, guys, let's have a rundown of a closer look at the paint job on the figure. I managed to get her back into some sort of a standing pose. One of the biggest challenges I've ever had with an action figure so far, of trying to get her on the screen and trying to take a decent video where you guys can actually see everything, because she is just so big. So the paint scheme then. I was quite surprised when I first saw it actually. So I always thought, obviously in the films you see her, it's all very dark and it's kind of a, you know, perhaps she is dark blue, or I always thought she was more black, the kind of the actual, just the colour of the aliens, kind of like a gloss black, shiny all over. So when this one rocks up and she's got kind of more of a blue, very dark blue colour all over her entire skin, I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, it does work, you know, it's not, I think I'd probably prefer it if it's a bit darker, perhaps in some parts the blue looks quite rushed, and it's just looked like it's just been, you know, slopped on there, and it's quite a bit brighter. You know, perhaps detracts from the menace of the figure. I don't know. You know, perhaps if it had turned up, it would have been jet black and there was no paint job on it, I'd be whinging about that. So it's probably the lesser of two evils, really. So, like I said before, her teeth are clear plastic, so that's really cool. You can see into her jaw, and it's all clear in there. Perhaps would have liked to have seen some detail inside of her mouth. The crest is all really nice, so it's got, like they say, the blue colour all across it, and then it's kind of all the darker areas have been picked out with black, so it is kind of a blended contrast right across the figure and her carapace. So it is not just like a crazy blue that's just been washed over, especially on the crest. They're a really nice blending effect. You know, so that's cool. You've got, if I turn it to the side here, so you see what I mean here on this leg bit. So I'm going to zoom in here and see. Yeah, it's kind of like there's a bit of paint that's just kind of been slapped on there. She's got a bit of silver going on, so there's a lot of details of silver inside her armour and on her wrists there as well. You guys can see that she's got like silver knuckle dusters. Don't know how I feel about that. It's quite strange. I don't know whether they just put that in there just to break up the darker colours. And then if you guys can see this crazy like kind of bronze colour that's going on. Now I don't think I like that. I don't really think, well, I don't know what's going on with it. I mean, it's kind of like, it seems like the under part of her, so all this kind of dark blue is, like I said, the carapace over the top, and this kind of looks like a kind of underskin here, but it's this really weird kind of regal kind of bronzy gold colour, and it's just kind of all across the top of her spines there. There's a bit slapped on the top of her kind of bone or armour at the top, and then there's a little bit going down her leg. There's a very strange bit on her arm there, which kind of doesn't really blend in. It's just kind of like there. They just kind of painted her elbow this funny gold colour. So I have to say, not a fan of it. Now thankfully it's not over the entire figure. It's only over small parts of it along the spines, and her neck is the main part. There are little bits that pick up, and on her tail as well, so it goes right the way down her spine. As it goes further down her tail, it kind of vanishes, and her tail at the end is just kind of the grey colour that the rest of the figure is. So there we go, that's pretty much the paint job. She has got a bit of a glossy look over her as well, so you know the crest is nice and shiny, her body shines, so you know they have done a little kind of gloss finish over her, which is really cool because you want her to be all kind of wet and slimy. Don't know if you guys have noticed that these little holes going in there on the top here, just on the spine here. Now there are other bits that come with the figure that slot in there, which I'm going to show you in a second. I just haven't unpacked them. I do want to put all her accessories and bits and pieces on her and then try and do the articulation, because I know they would just all fall off, because obviously there's the classic mouthpiece that comes with her as well. But there we go, there's a rundown of the paint job, guys. It's good. I mean, I'm happy with it. It could have been a lot better. I think I would have preferred more black. I would prefer these bits kind of black rather than this funny gold colour. I just do not like this gold at all. And these little silver bits, it looks like she's part mechanical. Don't like that. Like the blue carapace and the black blending, but all the other bits, quite strange. Okay guys, so here's the accessories for Queenie. So she's got the stand to start off with, and then this metal pole that goes up with a little plastic kind of hook at the top, which you can put around her waist or around her neck or around the small arms here to counterbalance her, so that's really good. You've got a small one, and then there's another metal bar in as well that you can put in if you want to kind of pose her up a bit high, as if she's rearing up. Then you've got the classic alien, you've got the mouth, so you've got the long mouth there. Again, the same colour as the carapace, little bits of clear plastic at the end to represent the teeth, as a snappy mouth coming out, and then you get one that is not that is just a normal mouth. Then you get the spines, so these attach to the Queen's back. They're very rubbery, very gummy, like there's nothing to them. You can bend them all the way around, and they're the same colour as their carapace, and they've got that kind of goldy colour that I don't really like on them as well, but it will unify it with the rest of the carapace armour, so I'm going to pop those in now. That's everything you get with the Queen. You know, perhaps I would have liked to have seen a better base, you know, like a grilled floor, you know, or something like someone in an egg cocoon, perhaps, or a couple of eggs perhaps go with her. But you know, again, I'm saying quite happy with everything you get. Just the size of the figure will do me. So the spines have pegs on them which pop just into the holes on her back there, and they can be obviously moved around as well, I think, actually swivel in the peg holes. So there we go everybody, there is a look at the Aliens 35th anniversary Alien Queen figure by Neca, the deluxe model. Yeah, I've gone on about how massive she is. you know, it is really a great figure. It absolutely dwarfs my desk standing on him. In fact, I haven't actually got anywhere for her to go at the moment, so I'm going to have to find a shelf or put a shelf up to fit her on. So it's pretty glaringly obvious what the pluses and the minuses are. So the size of the figure is great, the sculpt is awesome, her mobility is great, really good articulation throughout the figure. The paint scheme, like I said, I don't mind the greys and the blues, don't like the bronze colour up her neck. In fact, a couple of my friends have come around and seen the figure and said, well, you know, what's going on with this? Why is there this crazy gold going up her neck? So it's not just me, thankfully. So yeah, she's out in shelves and on stores now. I think you can order it in the UK and on the internet. I believe I paid around about £100 for her. So that is, I think, standard price. You can get her in the UK for about £100 from free postage with certain stores and websites. So yeah, if you're an Alien fan, definitely worth adding her to your collection, your shelf. She looks great around all your Predators and all your Colonial Marines and all your other Alien Warriors as well. Hope you enjoyed the review and the unboxing, guys. Thanks very much. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. MDW signing off. See you soon. Take care.